You know that feeling when you hop outside in the morning, feeling like $1 million, you look great, amazing, you got your game on, and then you walk through the door at the end of the day and you think, why doesn't my home look like me? Well, if this is you, keep on watching because in this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can elevate your home game and make it look expensive, all in a budget too. Greetings from beautiful Barcelona. I'm staying with friends just outside the city in this amazing, amazing place in the countryside. I'm Ash Appleton. Welcome back to my channel, An African Eye. Starting off with my first tip, white paint. You can't go wrong with white paint. I never get tired of singing this song because white is just a wonderful, elegant base to start all your designs off from. When you go into art galleries, the high-end ones anyway, and gorgeous shops that sell interior products, have you noticed that they always use white to show off their amazing art pieces and collections? So why not do the same in your home? Start off with a white as your base because it's great for layering and introducing color. I'm not saying that everything has to stay white, but just start off with, as a neutral base, use white and then layer color on top of this. It's a no-win. It's a win-win, sorry. It's a win-win because you're almost halfway there. White has a magical way of making rooms feel bigger and wider. It expands, and white reflects the light so well, so they're going to feel bigger and brighter. Think about, spas that you go to and sanctuaries and retreats. They use lots of white to give that luxe upmarket feel. So it's all about bringing a little bit of that feeling into your home. While we're on the subject, some of you know I just don't like magnolia or what in Kenya we call soft white. It's the kind of landlord's choice. I feel it's a lazy way of decorating because you don't think about it and then you create this uniform, generic looking interior. So with white, everything looks clean and bright, and white also reflects light, so your space looks airier as well. And white is not just one hue. You get the warmer whites, you get the cooler whites. So depending where you live, choose the white that's right for you, but make sure it's the brightest white you can get away with. Moving on swiftly to my next point, create the illusion of space if you want your home to feel luxurious. Expensive homes, high-end properties always look and feel spacious because they're bigger, that's why they're more expensive. But you can deploy some of the tricks that they use to get the same feel even if you have a small room. So what you're going to do is declutter. Expensive homes are never cluttered. Everything's so thoughtfully created and displayed. So if you want your home to feel a bit more luxe, you need to declutter ruthlessly. Only display things that are functional or beautiful. If they're functional and ugly, then keep them away. You don't need to see them. Nobody needs to see them. So that's what you're going to do. Just watch programs like Selling Sunset on Netflix. They do this so well in these high-end properties. They feel spare. There's a lot of negative space and you can breathe. So the vibe you need to go for is a vibe where you only have stuff that is beautiful and meaningful to you. So decluttering is your best friend. It's free. You even make money because you can sell what you've taken away and you can make cash to bring in nicer things to your home. So definitely declutter. Another thing is check your furniture. Is it the right size for the space? If it's too big and you're in a small room, it's going to feel claustrophobic and congested, and that's the opposite of luxe. We don't want that vibe. If it's too bitty and there are too many little things dotted all over the place, again, your property is going to feel not so luxe. It's all about creating this feeling of passage. You can walk through and it's comfortable and it's exciting. My next point is to mix old and new. High-end properties always have old things in them. Old things usually being antiques, inherited pieces, collections that have been passed down from generations. Even contemporary modern homes have old pieces in them. So if you want your property to look more high-end, you want it to look more expensive, it's a good idea to start collecting antiques or repurposing old furniture, reupholstering, upcycling, raiding your granny's property, just getting, collecting found pieces, introducing things from your travels, whatever you can to do, because you want to mix these old pieces up with the newer finds that you have. The opposite of this is your home looking like you went out one Saturday afternoon and you basically bought everything from the same shop. That's never going to be a high-end look when everyone can tell exactly where everything comes from. There's no conversation around this. It's not a conversation. No one's going to ask any questions. There are no stories. It doesn't reveal anything about your personality if everything you own comes from the same shop and it looks the same as what everybody else has. So the rule of thumb should be to try and have an old piece in every room you have, whether it's an old mirror, a chair, a tapestry, a rug, some candle holders. Just try and see how many old pieces you can bring in to mix in with the more contemporary. But then again, you don't want to flood your home with loads and loads of antiques because it's going to look like a museum. And that's what the vibe we're going for at all. We're going for a nice contrast, high-low, luxe, budget, but still the overall feeling is going to create this amazing, dimensional, dynamic space. Use color intentionally. That's my next point. The most beautiful, elegant homes always have a very deliberate color palette, whether it's obvious in your face, color pop, or more muted, understated color. It's deliberate. Somebody has sat down and decided what colors are going to be used in that property, and they're used intentionally throughout the whole space. There's nothing random about the colors. So if you want your home to look put together and curated and high-end, it's so important to think about the colors you're using. And then to make sure that they tell the story, tell a complete story throughout your home. So it's not about using them randomly, but you also have to mix the proportion of the colors you use. That's my go-to. It's not a science. I mean, color is tricky. It's a tricky area, and I get asked loads of questions about it. I'll definitely do more videos about color in the future. If you have any comments about this, please let me know now in the comment section, and then I'll answer them. But really do, before you go and buy, especially big pieces of furniture, have a really long, hard think about your color palette and how it's going to run through your space. Once you get this right, everything works, because color pulls the scheme together. It's a great way of marrying different styles if you're more on the eclectic spectrum and you're trying to bring everything together so it makes sense. Color is a very powerful way of doing this, so you shouldn't overlook it. And it's not that difficult either to start using color intentionally. And my favorite thing to talk about is start collecting art. My question is, why would you hang something on your wall that a million other people have? So I'm talking about these generic prints that you get in loads of art shops, in loads of furniture shops and online. It doesn't say much about you. Expensive homes always have original art in them. And this is the quickest thing you can do to lift up your space and say something about who you are, where you live, what you love, what you do. Start collecting original art. Make friends with artists, emerging art students, for example, friends who can paint. You can even try your own paint effects in your home, on canvas, abstracts, whatever. Photography is great to hang on your walls, but defer to, if you can, original art, because no one else has it. No one else has it. It doesn't say much about what you care about, who you are, where you live, what you love. So if you can, always defer to original art. It's not that difficult. You can get original art that's quite well priced if you know where to look. Watch my other videos on this topic. And if you're renting, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It just lifts your space without you having to do that much, apart from, of course, source the art. So original art is a song I always sing. The next best thing is limited edition prints, because again, they're limited in editions, so there'll be fewer of them, If you can't, then try and be creative with postcards and exhibition flyers and posters, exhibition posters, and even beautiful artwork from magazines. See how you can put these together, curate them, frame them, hang them up. There's so many things you can do. There's no excuse for having blank walls. There really isn't. And as I said, expensive high-end homes always have art in them. Who do you think buys these things? Who do you think buys all these expensive artworks? It's people who live in these expensive homes. So you can start doing this yourself. Watch these 2 videos about common interior styling mistakes and how to fix them, because I highlight a lot of the issues people have. And if you fix these mistakes that I outline in these videos, you're halfway there in terms of creating an expensive looking elevated home. As always, please comment, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Hit me an email if you'd like a one-to-one interior styling session. I call them my virtual room revamps. If you've got any questions, let me know. And as always, I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Stay inspired. I'll see you soon.